Here's a very interesting writing from Sunju Suzuki from his book Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. It's something I've enjoyed thinking about for quite a while, actually, and have built a lot of my spirituality around this ideal. He says the true understanding is that the mind includes everything. It's interesting. Many of the sages, Sri Ramakrishna for sure, Vivekananda, have said things like this, that the mind is everything. And I've done a lot of thinking about that, like how can mind be everything? And one of the things I share with people quite often, maybe too often, because it's one of those cool thoughts inspired by contemplation, was this notion that we have no real knowledge of an outside world, that everything that we know comes from sensations handed to the brain through the nervous system. You know, the light that you think you see, you're not actually seeing. It's being interpreted into your nerves, and that information is sent to your mind, and your mind creates, of course, the symbol for light. So light doesn't actually necessarily look like what you think it looks like. What you're actually seeing is your mind's symbol for light. And it's that way with all of the senses. And of course, it's that way for our own individual thoughts on the interior. So quite an interesting idea to just play with and to think about its implications. The mind is everything. When you think something comes from outside, it means only that something appears in your mind. Nothing outside yourself can cause any trouble. You yourself make the waves in your mind. If you leave your mind as it is, it will be calm. This mind is called big mind. So it's this notion of not identifying with thoughts, meaning not to call them yours, not to draw relationships between thought and yourself. And so you watch the mind, you let a thought arise, you don't attach to it, which means don't identify with it, don't take it on as an attribute of yours. Let that thought arise, watch it, and let it go. Resist nothing, so don't push against any thoughts, but don't grab any thoughts either. Let the thought arise, and it will naturally subside, and let it go. Don't attach to things. Stay present in this moment. Don't get caught in your head. He says, if your mind is related to something outside itself, that mind is a small mind, a limited mind. It's a mind of relativity. It's a mind that's not actually present and rooted in the moment. It's a mind that's rooted within its own circular set of memories and trapped therein. Once it's kind of gone into that state, it acts from that state and does not return to that 0 point, to a point of silence and awareness in the present moment. If your mind is not related to anything else, then there is no dualistic understanding in the activity of your mind. You understand activity as just waves of your mind. So very interesting information there, a nice set of ideas to kind of play around with, that if you can quiet this mind, and if you can refrain from identifying with it and living within a state of mind, that you won't get trapped in there. You'll be able to be present, to see what's going on, and to act as a human, and not just as a series of angers, jealousies, thoughts, needs, wants, desires, and the like. So everything is mind. Play with that notion. See what you come up with.